Hello, Croiso. Welcome back to the Cymru Nerd Cave. How are you all doing? I hope you're doing very, very well. We're back. We've had a couple of weeks away because it's been really hot. It's not been fun to play video games. It's certainly not been fun to sort of sit without a fan and get cool. As cool as you can do in the heat wave that we had in the UK. But it's got back to normal now. We're sort of 17 degrees at night. Exactly what it should be. Yeah, lovely stuff. It's brilliant out there. It's great because it's not sunny. It's a little bit rainy and a little bit cold, and that's the way. So yeah, video games again. We're going back to the Mega Drive. I will play some Master System stuff. I promise you. But at the moment, I've got my Mega Drive controller. I've got a hankering in my heart to play something from the early 90s. Something that I would have played in the arcades in a different form and also on the Super Nintendo in another different form. It is, let's have a look, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the Hyperstone Heist. Yep, from 1992. Sega, we're going to see another cool logo in a second. Oh yeah, Konami. Yeah, that's what we like. And then a really good opening sequence. Don't we love it? If you're a Turtles fan, you love it. Of course, in this country, it wouldn't have been Ninja Turtles. It's lovely fact you can see it flashing in my glasses. Brilliant. It would have been Teenage Mutant Hero Turtles. More on that in a minute. They're the boys. Okay, start button. Let's do it. We need to do options because I need to double check something. Let's kick shell. I said that I would do it. Continues 3. Yeah, that's fine. No problem. Attack, jump, dash. Yeah, no, that's probably fine. Colour mode, anime or comic. Well, I did do a little poll on Twitter, and the people said 80% to 20% they wanted the anime or cartoon. We don't need to do the sound test. Let's do this thing. So, one player. Let us indeed kick some shell. And we're only ever going to be one turtle. You've got all 4 of the boys there. But I'm only ever going to be Donatello because I do love Donatello. So, in similarity with the arcade game, April O'Neil is reporting on something, but here's where things change. She isn't captured by the Shredder. However, the Statue of Liberty is. It's shrunk, along with the rest of New York. And the Shredder puts it in the middle of New York for some reason. And the Shredder looking awesomely like Super Shredder there. I mean, this guy's ripped. Look at him. That is Kevin Nash. And he's going to conquer the world, so Turtles, I dare you to challenge me. And the Turtles are, we're not going to let you get away with that. We'll find you with a high energy detector. God love it. Science should never be sort of majorly part of the Turtles. And in a change to the original, there we go. We're not on the streets of New York. We're actually in the sewers where, I mean, really, it should begin. So, you come up against various different types of Foot Clan soldier robots. The red ones are just your normal grunts. And the blue ones are your sort of sword wielder ones. Donatello, yes, he's my favourite turtle, by the way. As he should be everybody's favourite turtle. Either him or Michelangelo, I reckon. A lot of people like Raphael. I don't know. He's good in the show, but everywhere else he just seems to be an angry dick. Especially in the movies. So, for those who don't know, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, or Teenage Mutant Hero Turtles, when I was a kid, is a property that basically started off as a comic, a parody comic of things like Daredevil in 1984, I believe it was, by Eastman and Laird, who created it just independently of anybody in their sort of own little studio. And it got very, very popular as a comic. And then the big boys sort of woke up and took notice, and they hired somebody to market Turtles to the sort of wider market, and then got a cartoon. And, well, the toys came first, and then the cartoon came to advertise the toys, because that's how things worked in the 80s. And it just became massively, stupidly popular. I think certain things of the 80s were sort of dying off in 1987. So Transformers has had its day. G.I. Joe, pretty much the same. He-Man was pretty much dead. The time was right for something else. And Turtles just came along at the right time. It wasn't immediately thought to be a success, or it wasn't immediately sort of they thought it would work. But it did. They hired David Wise to write the cartoons. First off, he sort of came up with the version that I think everybody knows best. You are going to get edgy types who say, oh, well, you know, the Turtles. I was there at the start with the comics. I mean, I wasn't. I was there with the cartoons on BBC, and I was all in, because it's weird and it's funky, and it's got that sort of Toxic Crusader mentality, that B-movie. A lot of the episodes of the cartoon are sort of named like B-movies. Even the title, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, sounds like a Lloyd Kaufman B-movie type thing. So it just works on that weird level. Donatello's my favourite, like I say. He's my favourite because he is the nerdy one. I can relate to that. Oh yes, the orange Foot Clan soldiers are knife throwers. And this is a game that was based all around the SNES game, which was based around the arcade game. They had a licensing deal with Nintendo, did Konami, which meant that they couldn't just release what had come before, so they couldn't release Turtles in Time, which was the Nintendo version. Yeah. So they just basically made a different game that is still very recognisable as what the source material was, as the arcade and the SNES game, but at the same time is sufficiently different. So it's got different levels, it's got easier levels, harder levels. It's a completely different game, effectively. On the Mega Drive, if you're wanting to buy it, you better have deep pockets. It will cost you a lot of money. For some reason. I know people who've had it and are sort of ruining the day now that they got rid of it, because it's going to cost you a lot. But as you can see, it plays very much like Turtles in Time. It plays very much like the arcade game. It's fun. I mean, there are a lot of foot soldiers you've got to get through. It's very Streets of Ragey like that, which is, you know, I don't have a problem. I know a lot of people don't like this sort of beat 'em up, but I really do. I mean, you're Donatello beating up foot soldiers. What's not to love? This is fantastic. I mean, having a whale of a time. Because I've played this a million times. Whoop, here we go. There you go. That's always a fun time. But you've got to be careful here, because if you go down the sewer, you will lose energy and momentum, more importantly. And see the car there? Not right now, but that will become important later when you get another car. This one. There you go. Damn it. Try getting out of the way. Oh, and it killed me. And I've just eaten pizza when I didn't need to eat pizza, but never mind. Doesn't matter. That's embarrassing, isn't it? Start the video again. No, I'm not going to. Usually I can avoid that car. Now then, here we go. If we go here, pick this up. That's always fun. The other thing you can't do in this, that you can do in the SNES game, is throw foot soldiers and enemies at the camera. Ah, I got another life anyway. So if you pass 100, you get another life. I'm not sure whether that works with 200. There we are. But it certainly works with 100, you get another life. Yeah, you can't throw enemies at the camera. It doesn't let you super scale like that. Which is a shame. The other thing that's different in this is enemies. You do get different enemies. I'm just about to meet one soon. Not right now. Now, there's a part coming up where you meet the mutant from the show. The ones that are like the aliens. I forget the name of the show. I think it came from beneath the sewers or something like that. I think it is. I do forget. I like the cartoon. I love the cartoon. I do not know every episode. The best thing to do with them, and you'll see this when it happens, is just to avoid them. Don't try and fight them. If you try and fight them, you're going to get wasted. Oh, yeah, the normal purple foot soldiers are star throwers, and they're annoying. You should try and get rid of them straight away if you can. The blue ones aren't so bad. Go away. And the white ones have nunchucks. Now Donnie's weapon is the bow staff. When I was a kid... Oh! Shell shock. When I was a kid, and this was on British telly, just avoid them. Avoid them. Keep out of the bloody way. At the bottom of the screen, just leave them. You get nothing by killing them as far as I'm aware. Just try and avoid as much as possible. Sometimes you get a hit in, but you don't get anything for killing them. Not really, I don't think. I'll have your own. So, as I was saying, when I was a kid, they were called the Hero Turtles in Britain, and I think in Germany as well. Possibly France. I can't speak for Germany, but certainly in Britain. The reason that they were called the Hero Turtles is because of moral panic. Thatcher's conservative, hugely puritanical government decided that ninjas were bad. This is the area of video nasties. And they just decided that ninjas were bad. Here we are, Leatherhead. I'll pick up in that in a minute. Leatherhead was from the show. I guarantee. Oh. You got to try and hit him. And then avoid, because he will do that. And I would prefer not to have to waste one of my continues, although I think I'm going to have to, which is going to be annoying because you've got to start it. Yeah, I think he gets one more go, doesn't he? So I might be alright. I might get rid of him. Yeah, he's from the show. He's from the swamps. Yeah. He cornered me. And that, yes, that really is the turtles from... do I have to go all the way back to the start here? Oh, no. Oh, no. All the way back to the start, is it? Oh, God, I hope not. Although I suspect it might be. Never mind. We'll see if we can get through it quickly. Back to Leatherhead as soon as we can. Oh, no. Nope, I don't think it's all the way back to the start. Because you wouldn't get these guys if it were. There we go. Get stuffed. Oh, out of the way. So yes, as I was saying before Leatherhead interrupted us, they called it Hero Turtles because of moral panic. They thought kids were all going to become ninjas. That's why video nasties were banned, because they thought kids would all become axe-wielding serial killers. And the other thing they had a problem with was Michelangelo's nunchucks. They were at the time outlawed in the UK. And yet, it was okay to see Donatello with his bow staff. Something that you could get if you just took a broom off a broom handle. Very, very, very odd. I always thought. There we go. But yes, it was called Hero Turtles for a while, up until sort of the 2003 series, really. Just strange, I always thought. No kid ever thought I'm going to be a ninja off the back of watching this silly show. This silly, jokey, comedic show. I was all in. I had all the turtles. Loved them. Still do. Still have turtles to this day. I've got all the episodes of the cartoon on DVD. Still watch them. It's fun. It's just a fun show. It lasted a lot longer than we knew in the UK, though, because in the UK I think we only got the first few series. We got the Archie comics as well. I remember they were very odd, the Archie comics, because I think the first few issues they sort of adapted the first few episodes of the Turtles, and then just went, no, not having that. We're not doing any of that. Nearly. Got 2 lives to do it, lads. Out for the count there. But we can get him. He's halfway down. The trick is avoiding whatever the hell he's throwing here. I'm not sure what he's throwing. So it's 4 hits and he goes like this. Oh. 2, 3, 4. And then he starts doing that weird snippy thing. We've got him on the run because he's flashing red. There you go. Got him. Got him. I've been beaten by a bunch of Ninja Turtles. That's New York City clear. I think it's the boat next, isn't it? A mysterious ghost ship. Ship. That's if it was the SNES version. This would have been in the sewers in the SNES version. Oh, and it's a lot more difficult. It's way more difficult. I don't know what you get for those points. All this is a lot easier to avoid in this version. In the SNES version, it's rock hard. It really is. Half these things, you've got to sort of go into them. And you don't have to hit anybody at the end of the day. It's not going to help anything. It really is about survival, is a lot of this. Damn, I'm going to get killed here, aren't I? Right, see if I can get 30 foes. Very streaks for ages, but... Now, because you get more enemies in this, it's sometimes, there you go, more difficult to get through stages. Because the stages are longer in this than they were in the arcade, certainly. But the arcade's harder because the arcade wants you to put loads of money in, which I did at the Dome in York with my friend Andy, who I podcast with occasionally about Transformers. Sometimes we talk about going in the Dome. It was this, and it was the Spider-Man arcade game that we used to play all the time. And I really wish I'd had this for my Mega Drive. I never had it for my Mega Drive. Oh, typical. I always miss that as well. That's the ship's version of the car coming out and hitting you. I'm too concerned with scratching my nose. Hay fever's a real problem. I'll just say that. But yeah, we used to go down in a place called the Dome in York, which was in Lendl, if I remember correctly. And it was an arcade centre. And it had just lots and lots of video games. And this, and like I say, the Spider-Man game, the arcade game, the X-Men game it had as well. The real Ghostbusters arcade game. Lots and lots of things. Eventually, it went the way of lots and lots of arcade places and decided that it was going to make more money not by having video games, but by having fruit machines. Who cares about fruit machines? I certainly don't. I'd rather be doing this. One day I'll get that arcade cabinet back. That would be awesome. But I will make do with Mega Drive. I know it's an emulator, but at the end of the day, the chances of me ever getting the Hyperstone Heist are very slim. I'll keep looking on eBay though, because that's what you do, isn't it? There you go. Gotcha. So who's your favourite turtle? I'd like to know. Whoop. I normally don't avoid them. So who's your favourite turtle? And why, more importantly? And did you watch the 87 show? And were you a fan of the 87 show? Or are you part of the fandom of the films? Because the films is its own fandom. I remember the film coming out in 1990, the original one. And it being sort of semi-serious. I mean, it didn't take itself too seriously, but it certainly had verisimilitude, as the Richard Donner would like to tell us, of Superman and things like that. And it sort of had that. It was taking it seriously enough. It would have funny bits in it, but it would take itself pretty seriously. And I think because of that, that's why they made the second one very silly indeed. And the third one was definitely quite silly. I don't remember seeing the third one until years later. I saw the first and second ones at the cinema. With the first one, like I say, really, really good film. Lots of Casey Jones as well. And the second one, not so much Casey Jones. In fact, hardly any. I love this tune. It's one of my favourite tunes in all the video games. But yeah, the first one took itself very seriously. The second one, obviously, orders came from on high, make it more like the show, so they did. There you go. It does have David Warner in it, though, the second one. That's why I kind of like it. It also has Ninja Rap, which, you know, ruined Vanilla Ice's career, I guess. If you want to be like that. Oops. Stone Warriors, obviously, from Dimension X, from Krang's home dimension. There you go. Careful. We just get to the end of this. I may not use another continue. I may just call it a day there, because I'm sure you're sick of me beating up foot soldiers. Although I am not sick of beating up foot soldiers. Oh, that's good. That's a good thing. It happened before I got pizza. And then immediately get beaten up by all the foot soldiers. These guys are the... Oh, I can't remember what these are called. Screamer sticks. Is that what it is? Like Nightwing. But they can defend against you. Even though it does take power off them. They do get affected by it. Come here, you. These are just there to annoy you, basically. Try to get out of his way then. General Trag, I want to say. It's been a while. Ah! Stop doing that. There we go. Oof. Uh-oh. I just feel Rocksteady's been thrown in there by Shredder at that point. Ah, this guy, this fucking guy will get you all the time. He's really difficult. The enemies are more difficult. Do you know what I mean? It's really difficult to avoid them. I try not to get frustrated. I really do. Everybody knows I... Nah, I'm not going to beat him, am I? I'm not going to do it. And we could continue, but I think that's a good place to leave it. Yes, that's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the Hyperstone Heist. It is very much in the mould of the arcade game and the SNES game. It's really fun. And if I didn't have so much processing space, I guess, it'd be a very long video. It'd be a very long, boring video. This is not a long play. But yeah, lots of fun. I really enjoy this game a lot. But then I like the Turtles a lot. Who doesn't like the Turtles? It's a lot of fun. It really kills me that they never made like a He-Man game in this sort of mode. You could do that, but they never did. But the Turtles exist. It's brilliant. It's lovely. That's it for now. Do take care of yourselves and each other. I shall see you on the flip side. Bye-bye for now.